I was gonna actually write this on my Facebook, but I felt like sometimes when you're verbal, the message gets across a lot more stronger and more potent. But you really need to stop being in competition with other people and be in competition with yourself. You have a higher version and a lower version of yourself, your higher self and your lower self, your spiritual self and your ego. These two will combat with each other. That's why sometimes you're confused or you want to do the right thing, but the wrong thing feels good, because your ego is going to lead you down a different path versus your higher self. Now, you don't have to be a spiritual or religious person, but there's two versions of yourself that resides in you. So instead of being in competition with other people, be in competition with yourself to be your better self, to be your higher self. Do better than what you did yesterday, last year, or even a few hours ago. You understand? Because being in competition with other people will only get you so far. But being in competition with yourself is going to put you on a different vibration. Being in competition with yourself, you're always going to challenge yourself. So the outcome is going to be different. Because if you're challenging yourself, then the reward is going to benefit you. You understand? Sometimes we want to be in competition with other people of what they might have, material things. And not saying that you can't compete, not saying that you can't be competitive, not saying that you can't look at other people to encourage you, but know what it is to be in competition with yourself. You understand? And know the difference between your intuition and your higher self opposed to your lower self and dealing with your ego. This is something I've been talking about for the past 2 weeks. And it's very important that you understand the two, because these two energies reside within you. And if you don't know how to separate the two, you might listen to the wrong one. You got to understand, just because those are your thoughts does not mean that those thoughts are healthy for you. Just because those thoughts up here are telling you to do a certain thing doesn't mean that those thoughts have your best interests. A lot of times our thoughts are just repetitive information. It's just repetitive trauma. So it's just telling us to do the same thing over and over, but in a different way, in a different form. They're saying in a different way. You understand? So be more mindful of the energies and the thoughts that are coming through. And be in competition with yourself and see the outcome will be a lot more better than what it is. Be your higher self, not your lower self.